Hello, hello, Biafran. Hello, viewers. Yeah, I just want to make sure that people are hearing me. Thank you. I'm waiting for people to come in to the program. This is Sunday night at my end here. I bring greeting to everyone. My name is Solomon Peter. I'm presenting this program this evening. Is one of the programs that Black and White Web TV will be running in the upcoming days. Yes, this program is Black and White Formula. Here we are dealing with ideas. We are dealing with suggestions. We are dealing with advice. We are dealing with way forward. Hashtag way forward. Hashtag freedom for Biafra. This is what we will be dealing with in this very program in the upcoming days. Today, for introducing this very particular program, I will be doing one thing here. I have to explain something for us here. In this very point in time that we are in the struggle for the freedom for Biafra, for actualization of Biafra, disintegration of Nigeria, for indigenous people that are trapped in Nigeria to have time to express themselves under the umbrella of self-determination. So in this very particular time, people need to hear more of opinion, more of ideas to enable them take their stand. These are very, very important. And we will be looking at what we will be looking at now is the way forward. Biafran freedom. We need more of ideas. What are those things that you think that should be happening now that is not happening? Well, the upcoming days, you will be coming into this very program to discuss it. You will be calling into this very program to discuss it, to lend your voice as to regard to anything that you expected that should be happening now that is not happening. Discussed and raised idea of the way forward. We want to use this program to engage everybody, because all of us, as long as you come from the old Eastern regions, you are part of Biafran project. You are fully involved. When we talked about Biafra, we are talking about you in particular. You need to be 100% involved. And we need to hear your idea. We need to hear part of your own story. So that's why this very program is titled Black and White Formula. Formula simply means the way things were put together to create something, or the way things were put together to be able to pieces the ingredients that makes up something. So how that thing is being manufactured or how that thing is being created. So formula is an idea that can create something. The idea that put together that creates something. So we actually wanted to hear from you. What did you want? What did you expect that will be happening in the struggle now, in the struggle for actualization of Biafra or Biafran freedom or Biafran restoration? What do you expect that is not happening? What do you expect that is not happening? What are we not doing right? What do you think that the people needed now? What do you think that we will be doing now? It is this program will be running for such an idea. Feel free to aim your opinion, because everybody, we believe in this platform that everybody has voice. Everybody has voice. It has nothing to do with the stand that people will choose to take. But it's very, very important that at this point in time, we must give space for us to talk to ourselves. We must give space for us for people to hear people's idea. Maybe your idea is going to save the struggle. Maybe because you have no place to tender that your idea, or because you have not given an opportunity for that idea. So we want people to be speaking out. We want people to be talking. We want people to bringing out formula that they think that can help most, that can offer most help. And we want you to come forward with what Biafrans are also suffering that is unknown to the world. That is very, very important. We need to get ideas, and we need to hear people speaks out. We need to hear people voiced out, because so many of our people are dying in silence. So many of our people are dying in silence, and so many of our people who has wonderful idea that could provide a way forward, but they are not speaking. So we are encouraging you that you come forward with your idea here. Come forward with your idea in this black and white formula. Come forward with your idea. How do you want things to be done? What did you expect from the struggle for restoration of Biafra that is not happening? What do you expect? In what area did you need for further explanation? So it's very, very important. What formula did you have? What formula did you think that can work best for our people now? It's very important you come forward with it in this very program. I will be anchoring these very programs with more of expertise, who will be coming down here to listen to you, and we will be taking down on record every idea that you have to bring up for Biafran struggle or situation in your own area, or situation in your own community. So we want you, whenever you come across this very program, then remember, make yourself available for this very program, because we want to be hearing from you. We want to be hearing from you. So we want to be discussing about Biafran politics in this period of struggle, because every activities is narrowed down to politics, both local politics, politics in the families, and politics in the families of IPOP, or in the camp of other pro-Biafran group. So we need to be discussing about all these politics, and also people's interest, because that is what we are going to be tapping in. That's why we need more ideas. People don't know how tapping into people's interests can actually move the struggle forward. They have no idea on how the how tapping into people interest can move the struggle forward. So we want you also to come with those ideas of people's interest. We have to look into it. Very, very important. Then we are going to be looking at the politics, Biafran politics, the politics in Biafran struggle. We are going to be looking at it. It's very, very important that we understand a lot of politics that are being played out in Biafran struggle, and what formula do you think that is required to address those issues. That is why we will be running this program for, that we will be generating a formulas. People will be coming here to speak about the formulas on how to address the local politics that is going on. Just like, for instance, right now, we have seen a lot of recruitment of Biafrans into security outfit to contend with the security outfit that is already on the ground, that the security outfit that is already on the ground, ESN. So everybody now in Biafran land, you see them, they are raising up security outfit, even including Nigeria. That these days you see Nigeria also, they are recruiting indigenous army, all in the name to contend with ESN. All in the name is to suppress IPOP and suppress ESN. And all these things are politics. So we need to be discussing these politics and the politics in Biafran land. We need to be discussing all these politics that are playing out. Why all these politics? And we will be discussing the position of IPOP in the midst of all these politics that are playing out in Biafran land. We need to be discussing it in this platform. That is why this platform is made. So you are free to identify yourself here. You are free to join us in this very discussion about politics in the struggle, Biafran politics in the struggle. We need to be discussing it. A lot of politics are being played out, and we need to discuss it. And a lot of interest are growing. The interests are growing here and there as to regard to Biafran struggle. We need to discuss it. And also we need to give idea. What do we think? What do we think? What idea do we have? We need to bring it forward. Everything boils down to politics. If we don't play our politics well in this very struggle, then that will be very bad for us. So we must play our politics very well, very, very well. We must be way ahead in the politics. And also in this very program also, we are going to be addressing every front, including economic front. What are the future of the economic abilities of Biafra? What is our future? What is our future way forward in this very struggle? What are the things that we need to be doing now? Because you understand, there is in one of the broadcasts of Mazen Nandekan who said he is not a diplomatic man. Now, who's supposed to be doing the job of diplomacy for us? Who are genuine that are doing it, and what are the jobs and the responsibility of the diplomats at this moment we are in this Biafran struggle? Then how are we connecting to each other despite our differences in approach? How do we connect to each other? What best can we be doing right now as to connect to each other for those who are genuine? And how do we handle the issue, the politics that are being played out by people who does not have interest for our pursuit and for our dream, and yet they are our people? What kind of politics do we need to engage with these individuals who are who are among us? They are part of us, but they don't have interest for the struggle for restoration of Biafra. It is a politics, because the people who are not interested for this very struggle, they are instrument for some people. And what are the positions and what are the nature of the politics that even some of us who are Biafrans are identifying with in Nigeria right now? What is the position of the politics of Nigeria in this our struggle? So we need to understand and discuss these things. So we need to discuss. Now, some of our people, they are into politics in Nigeria, isn't it? Now, the politics of Nigeria, that our people, that have some of our people, what does those things signify to our struggle? And what approach do we need to give to such activities with this our struggle? Because anyị chansị ma akapịghị ọnụ ọbụla otule. We must map out, strategies to approach all these fallout and all these fractions in Biafran struggle. Biafran struggle is not one way navigator. No, it is not one way or straight way of a straight way of walking. It is different formula that in every pointing in at every point we need a particular formula in order to address the issue. We need a formula to address every issue that we come across. So, and so many people have this very idea, but they are not coming forward. So we are providing this platform of black and white formula for you to come forward and be able to speak out for Biafran to listen to you. That's very, very important. There is no illegality in you coming out to give out idea and to give out idea or a formula on how issue can be addressed. Very, very important that we will be doing that. And that is the job that we tend to start in this very, very platform, because we need to be harnessing ideas. It's very important that we harness ideas, that we have a platform where we harness ideas, where we harvest ideas from people on what they're saying, on what they are feeling, on what they think that should be added. Everybody has voice in this very struggle. Everybody has voice. So very important. We'll be lending you this very platform. Try to join us, like this page, follow us in the YouTube channel, like this very page, and follow us here, because we will be coming with different topic, and we want your idea. All that we are running here is come and say that idea, that thing that you think that this is the way. We are not here to defend. We are here to listen to your idea. We have other platforms where we defend the activities of IPOB. We defend because we are full member, and we are in a full support. So we defend the activities of the IPOB, but we are creating this very platform for you to give us idea. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter where you come from, where you stay, or what is your name. We want you to come forward. What do you expect us to be doing right now that we are not doing? We want you to speak it out. We analyze it and we take record of it. So that is what we will be doing in this very platform. Today, there is no number to call, except if you wanted to come into the program to aim your voice. If you want to join in a live program, I will be putting the link out here in case you want to join. We are talking of formulas. Formulas is what you use to define the particles that make up a particular product. Formulas are the ideas that are put together to be able to solve a problem, to be able to produce to produce something, or the formula that was used in order to create something. So this is what we will be discussing here. I'm putting the link out on the chat in case you decide to join live. I will bring you live. These are the link out there. I can bring you live here in this very program. These are going to be a good time with people, a good time with people, a good time with people. What do you want to say? What do you think that we should be doing? What do you think? We want to hear those beautiful idea, beautiful idea. So we want to act to what we have. Now you can equally ask questions for the formula that the IPOP are using in their activities. You can be free to ask questions and for further explanations and for the things you don't understand, because there is a lot of fake news about the activities of IPOP, which some people don't have access to where they can get clarification. And we will be in this very platform to give you clarification, because onye na-egbu egbu na-ekpe ọnụ ya. We will keep lending our voice to the world, keep lending our voice to people. We will keep talking, we will keep explaining ourselves, because if we don't do, people, they will put an allegation to us. They will concoct things and they will put it in us. They will cajole us. They will label us. But if we keep thinking, if we keep talking, then the people can hear from the both side. That is very, very important. And there is no illegality to it. Freedom of information. There is no illegality to it. Don't be afraid that putting down your face to discuss the issues of your people should implicate you. That never, it never. As long as you know exactly what you are doing and what you are contributing, putting your face to discuss about the issues of your people can never implicate you. We are not biased. We are not biased. We are here to make sure that you lend your voice. You are here to make sure that your idea, you give it out. You give it out for the salvation of one or two person. We are here to move the struggle forward. We are not here to add to the number of people which have been there, but we are here to stand out. You can be that hero of Biafra. You can be that hero of Biafra. We have pandemic, COVID-19. People come with the idea of this vaccine. People come with the idea on how to make masks. And these are solutions. People come with the ideas on how to make glove, the one you put on your hands. People come with so many ideas. If they have kept this idea, somebody would have not been saved. So there is no difference with our struggle. In our struggle, we need your idea. We need your voice. That's very, very important. And we are giving you this very platform. We are giving you this very platform, unbiased, unbiased. Come and say that thing that you are saying undercover. Come and say it in your voice. That advice that you think it has not been taken, that advice you think you have nowhere to deliver it, it is being welcome here. And also something that I have to update us is that all of you are aware that we are discussing about agriculture, about how to get ourselves back into the culture of cultivating, the culture of agriculture. And this very time we also want to do it differently, not like the way that our forefathers have been doing it. Though all these things has been there, but you know that implementation is very difficult. Implementation is very difficult in that side of the world. So people can say beautiful thing, say beautiful idea, but to implement those ideas is very difficult in that side of the world. It's very, very hard in Nigeria just because of the way the system of Nigeria is being structured. If you are a genuine person, if you are a good person who has the interest of people in mind, they will make sure that they suppress your oppression. They will suppress your operation. That is just the way things are being run in Nigeria. And secondly, most of the plans, the good plans they have for agriculture, for mechanized agriculture, to be able to provide food for the nation, all those things are being balkanized. And plans were not working according to, you see, in Nigeria is where you will count the highest number of abandoned project. Go to Omo and the Sea Authority. That was the agricultural reformation. But see how the whole thing were balkanized, and the intention is not working out. And some of our people are packing out from such an activities. But we want to develop it as a culture, as a way we can see ourselves in sponsoring the agricultural section, sponsoring section or food process, sponsoring all those things in our community individually without waiting for government. Because this also is an idea for a way forward for Biafrans, that we can independently do one or two things to be able to hold on to our economic value, After the war, we see the situation of an Igbo man, a situation of Biafrans in general. We saw their situation, whereby they have almost lost all the things that they have in the nation, including their physical cash. But the system of take one person to work with you, raise your business as Odibo, Igbo Odibo. Then take one person, teach him the job for 7 years, settle that person, establish it. Then that person will take another person. Then we use that system of Odibo to be able to establish our people, and we have it as a culture that once you start a business, you don't need to go. But these days, you can see that that one has been already updated. So it's no more functioning as the way we have it, but it was used to solve our problem at that very time. And we have it as a culture that once you get settled and start your business, under 6 months or 1 year, you start your business, you take someone else that you are going to train in that very business. And that is how we are able to spread everywhere. We are able to advance our economic values, So that is the way we are able to be in Nigeria today. If not for that very culture that we developed after the war, or even that are working before the war, then after the war, then we highlighted it. If not for that very culture, we would have been backward today. We wouldn't have been where we are now. But we developed that culture without the support of government. We support each other. And we are able to liberate ourselves into the pit that the civil war of 1967 to 70 through our region. We're able to arise. We're able to recover and buy back those of our properties that have been destroyed, have been taken away by the result of that civil war. So we are able to reposition back ourselves again in a business just because we developed that concept, we developed that tradition, and we walk through into freedom. So it's very, very important that at this time around, we need to develop another culture of cultivating our land, bringing innovations, machine that will make you to just wear suit and go to farm. Because so many of us, we run away from farm because of how the hard work. This 21st century, they don't want to do something hard. They don't want to do something that is hard, something that took too much energy. While just staying in the internet, you can become an internet fraudster, and eventually you make money just in internet by just trying to cheat somebody. So why they see it's so many easy ways of making money, and why should they be going back to the difficult way? So I'm bringing Mazi Patrick in to the program. Mazi Patrick, you are welcome. You are, I don't expect because I know you're busy before now, but um, you are here already. You are welcome. Your network, I don't know if the audience are hearing you. Yes, I'm hearing you now. Yes, I'm hearing you now.
Okay,
Go
so
on, Mazipat.
can you hear me better? So thank you for bringing me in. Of the time, you should link on the screen for you to come in and contribute. It's very difficult for come in and make their contribution. But like what you've been saying over time have been. I don't know if I'm coming out clear.
Yes, I can hear you, but the line is breaking, but I can still hear you, Mazi. Go on.
Is there breakage in transmission over there?
You can speak on,
Okay,
Mazi. You
like
can go
I
on,
heard everything you
Mazipat.
said. Everything you said is a line because at every point in time in history, things change. People improve their way of life. I'm coming from the angle of, you were talking about how our people after the war used the kind of settlement strategy where you have to train people and settle them to be able to elevate themselves to the position we are today. But we cannot continue on the path of, people going into trade, learning. How do we move it to the next level? In the 21st century, where you have the internet, you have everything digitalized. Mazi, I don't know if I'm making sense. I'm not trying to say it's not viable, but how do we improve it and make it better? You understand
So,
what I'm saying?
yes, that is exactly. You are making the point that I'm making here because we need the only way to improve quality of life or to improve anything is by getting an idea. So many people they are ready to improve the quality of their life. Oh, Mazipat is already out here, but I'll continue. So many people are ready to embrace improvement, but they don't have idea. They don't know how to go about it. They don't have the formula. Okay, they don't have the formula, and that is why I said we are here for people to come in and they give other people formulas. How do we improve our life? How do we improve the quality of life, the life we deserve? Because now we have to, like so many times when we come online, or so many people when they come online, we will always be deliberating on the problem. What is the solution? What is the solution? Which way forward? What did we need to implement now that we are not implementing? Because that is where lies the problem. That is where lies the reason why things are getting worse. Lack of implementation. We will come here, we will say things, and then nothing is being done on the ground. How can somebody just come and run a program for 40 minutes, 1 hour? You talk for 2 hours, 4 hours, and after that you close down your internet and go to bed. Out of the points you make, which one did you implement after that broadcast and after that talk in the internet? Which one are you implementing? And some people they are very professionals in coming. to advise people, but you, in those numerous advice, there is no one that they are implementing in their own peaceful life. Then how could things improve? How could you improve as a person? How could you say that, okay, this day we all have 24 hours, every one of us equal rights, 24 hours, but so many people has invested their hours so much that by tomorrow they are no more where they used to be. But some people are not investing their time. They are not investing their time. And the reason could be because they don't have idea. They don't have anybody to give them a formula. When I was here receiving a particular training, in that training, because I was new, and in that training they will give you so much assignment, and sometimes you can just be looking at that assignment for 2 hours, you haven't solved anything. And what is the reason? You don't have the formula. You need somebody to give you formula. You need somebody to give you idea. And once you got the idea on how you can be able to solve this very particular problem, on the way forward to this very particular, you will see your life changing. Every minute and the hour of your life will begin to count instantly. We begin to count.
Yeah, but
You see people.
Solomon, I think the question of idea is a collective effort. Idea, because at the end of the day, it takes a collective effort for people to come together to even recognize that they have a problem, that they have a challenge before them. If you do not recognize that you have a challenge, how do you start searching for solution? Just like you said, so many people come and talk about the problem without proffering solution. But I think the first step is recognizing that there is a problem and giving opportunity for people to now proffer, bring in the formulas, bring in solutions, and it becomes a collective, a communal effort for people to solve the problem. And that is the reason we are here, encouraging our people to see that we're able to face the challenges before us, which is mounting every day. Our challenges are mounting every day, and if we do not face them and find solution, create formula to solving this problem, these problems will continue to accumulate. Mazi Solomon.
That is just the truth. Yeah, very, very, very important. You have made the point. So we are here. Please get yourself prepared. What are you ready to tell people as to change their life? What are the things you are ready to tell people to change their life, to make sure that the hours and the minutes they spend here count? What are the things do you need people to implement? What are the things that you think that can be implemented in this very struggle of restoration of Biafra that is not happening now, and you want to come forward? What is your opinion in the politics, in Nigerian politics, of which a number of our people are involved in this Nigerian politics, whereby mounting an opposition to Biafran restoration? How, what idea, on what way do you think that these people can be engaged, and their interests can be protected? Because you can't take away people from their interest. You cannot take them away. We must know that tapping into people's interests is is a way, is a good formula in getting them closer, or in getting them liberated,
Um,
or in getting their
by
attention.
Mazi, by the way, the issue of the Biafra we are talking about is also a question of interest, because the interests of the Biafran people are not being protected in Nigeria. So when
Yeah,
you talk about Biafra, you're talking about the interest of the Biafran people. And in that interest of the Biafran people, you must also put into consideration the interest of those who are already participating in Nigerian politics, who do not see the Biafran project as a viable project because of the position they occupy presently in the Nigerian political system.
you
So
see,
I
like
think it's
Mazibat, just like you are saying, don't say that I stop you, just like you are saying now. what you are looking is that, do you think, Mazipat, that there is anybody today working for Nigeria? That there is anybody wholeheartedly working for Nigeria, working to see that Nigeria improve, working to see that the issues that the issue arising in Nigeria, the troubles in Nigeria are being addressed? Do you think anybody wholeheartedly, sincerely is working for Nigeria as it stands today? Do you think so?
Mazi, the truth of the matter is, and when you look at the Nigeria as a structure, the Nigerian structure do not guarantee the interest of anybody. You know, when you see people go into different kind of corruption, when you see politicians go into corruption, they go into corruption not because they desire to, but majority, and in fact, almost everybody go into corruption to protect their own future because they know that Nigeria cannot guarantee their future when they go on pension, for example. So you see the issue of political leaders going into a different kind of corruption because they are not feeling even protected in the system. So how do you now, because it has to be, Maz, you know, it's a whole lot of complication. The system must guarantee itself for the people. Why is it that we are having the challenges we are having today? Why is it that nobody seems to be patriotic to the so-called Nigeria itself? Because the Nigeria as a country is not patriotic to even the citizens. We've seen people who in the past have worked wholeheartedly, who have put in even their own life on the line, trying to protect the territorial integrity, trying to protect the interest of the Nigerian state. But at the end of the day, the state fails them. So those are the factors. Now, when a state cannot guarantee your future, how do you now fight to guarantee the future of that state? So you find that everybody is working for their own personal interest because the state, the Nigerian state, is their future, give them the guarantee to say, making 30, 40 years of service, my pension will be at the end of the day. Every other
Yes,
country around, Mazi, if you understand, I'm trying to drive.
yes, your point is getting, you are making a very
That
big point here.
progressive. You find out that these countries have been together.
Yes,
so
Mazi point, Mazi part.
who are fighting of their country knows that at the end of the day, when you fight for, yes,
Yes, Mazipat.
I can hear
I
you.
think the point you are making here is that if we can look critically at the
Yes,
politics that are being played in Nigeria today, in your point, you are trying to express here that the politics of Nigeria is not a politics as to work for Nigerians or for work for the interest of Nigerians, that the politics is purely based on personal interest. So
yes,
if we understand,
personal, Mazi,
so
based on
yeah.
personal interest, because the Nigeria itself as a state do not protect your own interest. All these politicians you see, the governors, everybody you see in the political space knows that Nigeria cannot guarantee their interest. So when they take position, they work to make sure that they further their own personal interest, that they give protection to themselves, to their future generation. That is why you see people even embezzling money for the unborn children, because they know that within the Nigerian state, their unborn children, the future of their unborn children is not guaranteed. So they fight very hard to make sure that they take from the state by any means possible to guarantee the future of their unborn children. Because if the Nigerian system guarantees the future of your unborn children, and you know that the next generation will benefit from the Nigerian state, you don't have any reason working extra hard, embezzling public funds to guarantee the future of your unborn children that is already guaranteed by the Nigerian state.
You are right. That is a very big point from you, Mazipat. So we are looking at this thing that everything in Nigeria is settled on money. Every value is returned down to money. So there is no value to culture. There is no value. There is no value to governance. There is no value to people's life. There is no value to people's health. There is no value to people's
To cut you
education.
short,
So,
not to
yeah.
cut you short. Not to cut you short, please. Now, what are the reasons for agitation all over the place? The reason for the agitation all over the place is because people are now beginning to realize that they need to take their destiny in their hands. That when Biafra comes, when the Oduduwa realizes themselves, they will be able to build a future that can guarantee the future, a future for their next generation, which Nigeria have failed to offer. So when you see the level of corruption in the Nigerian system, most of the corruption tendencies are not because people want to get corrupt or people want to go into embezzlement, but people don't feel secured. Because if
Yeah,
you feel
because
secure, if you feel secured as a police officer standing on the road doing your job, and you know that you have your rightful benefits, your salaries are, is enough for you to guarantee a future. You don't need taking bribe. Why are police taking bribe on the street? Because the state cannot even cater for them. So they have to find a way to cater for themselves.
okay, Mazipat, having make this very point, I like as I said that this platform should be a place where people will raise an idea. So actually, the idea here is that every activities in Nigeria is circled around money, not humanity. So it's circled around the interest for money because you have to pay everything for yourself. You have to obtain whatever things you required to exist. You have to obtain it through money. And the Bible said that the love of money is the root of all evil. So we can see the reason why evil grows in the politics of Nigeria. So in such a politics where everybody interest is about what they are going to get for themselves. Mazipat, what do you think that the Biafrans who are involved in this politics, in this Nigerian politics, in which way do you think that in this struggle we can be able to be tapping into their interests, since we have seen that their interest for politics in Nigeria is the gain, the money that they can grab, and there is enough to grab there once you position yourself. So now, how do you engage such person to believe in a project that actually they are going to come down to see a way they are not too sure of the opportunity that they have in Nigeria now down to the Biafran struggle. So how do you think that such people can be engaged, since they are not seeing opportunity as they have in Nigeria, as in grabbing money in the same Biafran restorations that we are talking about? So how do you think that these people can be engaged, or do we look at them and they decide that they are just a number of people which we are going to chase away from Biafran land to Kanu or to Kaduna or to Medugri to continue their interest, their politics interest of money and the gain? So what do you think that can be done?
Well, Mazi, you know that it is completely it's difficult for you to bring a man out of where he's drinking milk and start offering him nothing. And when there is no guarantee to what they believe in, when it comes to, not that they don't believe in Biafra, they do believe in Biafra. All the politicians, in fact, at some point, some of them, before they even went into that political office, must have even agitated for Biafra in their heart. Because I was an agitator. I was before the arrival of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, I was a Biafran agitator at heart,
But that time you
because of
don't have opportunity. That is why you are agitating, because your opportunity to make money, to embezzle money, we are closed down. Okay, like high number of people today, Mazipat, I want you to get into this. The high number of people today are saying that we have more opportunities, more a space in being in Nigeria than reducing ourselves to a smaller space that called Biafra. So in Nigeria, they are seeing bigger opportunities in which they are not seeing in Biafra. But you are agitating at that time because you don't have, you are not a local government chairman, so you are not being paid a million or 1.5 million or 3 million per month. You are not receiving money like politicians. So that time you are not seeing an opportunity. So what about if you happen to find yourself in a position of seeing bigger opportunity in Nigeria that can make you today, uh, just in the next month, you become a billionaire? Then you'll be having something like 500 million or 1 billion money in your account. If you just play the politics of Nigeria, will you still agitate for Biafra? Will you still like to stand with Mazin Nandekano when you have such an opportunity? Or do you think that people who has that opportunity can is agitating for Biafra, or can agitate for Biafra, or will see reason to stand with Mazin Nandekano?
Yeah, Mazi, the truth of the matter is that when you have financial incentives, when you have the possibility of an opportunity to live a more better life, of course there are tendencies for you to accept that grant, that gives you that guarantees you at that individual level, what our people consider success, affluent, money, and all that. But at the end of the day, will you now consider your personal well-being above the well-being of your own people?
Mazipat, you are
Those
trying to be a church person. You are trying to be like a Christian. We are talking of opportunity here. We are talking of opportunity.
not like I told you, that the tendencies are absolutely there. There is nobody that will be offered such a grant when you have an opportunity. It's like getting a better job. You cannot refuse a better job for something that you feel at the moment that is not even visible. So we can also put ourselves in the position of these um, Biafrans who are into Nigerian politics. We understand, but the question is, at the end of the day, do you put your personal interest ahead of the interest of everybody? I myself personally would not, in my own nature as a person, would not want to see myself driving in a four-wheel drive car, in a very beautiful car, living in a very beautiful apartment, seeing poor people around me. Mazi Solomon, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I
I'm
cannot
getting your
imagine
point.
myself in a very big car with air condition and bodyguards and security, and I have young people begging on the street, and I see them and pretend as if all is well. For me, it is a sight impossible to bear. So these are the things we must put into consideration, that we must, even as politicians, understand that having a better society is not just about your own personal bank account. It is about everybody around you. And these are the reasons the Biafrans who are in Nigerian politics must look inward and ask themselves, if I have all the money and my own people are suffering, of what use is the money when you cannot even use it to the betterment of your people? Or you have a position and you cannot use that position to clamor for the benefit of your people and for the interest of your people. Mazi, I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yeah. You are on the right directions. That's why we are here. But Mazipat, in your entire life, have you had that adage of people, or can I call it a swagger, or can I call it a proverb? Okay, anything he is that this language of Igbos who normally says Ezia Fakego. So because here I am seeing that the major problems that is facing us right now, that we used to talk about all these personal interests and all these things, are just all is just about the love, the value that we put on money in Nigeria. The value we put on money is just the challenge here. That we don't believe that there are things that money cannot buy, that you can have all the money and yet the money cannot buy you peace. There's so many in Nigeria today, they have all the money, but the money cannot even secure their life or secure their properties. That they have all the money today, and the money could not even save them from dying from a particular disease, just because there was no hospital, just because there is no enough hygiene in the environment, because there is no good environment, there is no good drinking water. So there is things that money cannot buy. But today you discover in the politics and in the activities, everybody is putting value on money. That Asia Fakego is no more is no more a belief of the people, because initially we believe that Asia Fakego, who is maintaining that very statue today, Asia Fakego, is no more in the politics, even in the struggle. So many people also are not holding to that status, as to say, Ezia Fakego, I have to protect the interest of, I have to protect the interest of the interest of humanity, rather than pursuing money, rather than loving money. That there is things that money cannot afford, but there is things that good manner and good behavior and the consistency can afford, but money cannot afford it. So now the politics and the activities in Nigeria is centered on money. What do you think that we need to do? That the idea, what idea can you give out to people now to make them to understand that money is not everything, but freedom is the ultimate?
The truth is that the Nigerian system have created poverty in the land so much that now people, like I said earlier on, when you have a poverty stricken environment, people drive towards finding solution, and in finding solution to resolving the poverty issue, you find out every day that people are doing all sort of things to be able to see that they find a way out of the poverty. I think it is a deliberate policy to create such an environment where money becomes so much valuable than human life, that today we see people even go as far as using their fellow human being for ritual, because they are looking for way out of poverty. But I can guarantee you that if the Nigerian state had created an atmosphere where everybody can strive, I live in the Western world. I live in an environment where the value system is created in such a way that, even somebody who hasn't got, yes, we understand that there is a level of education, for basic education for everybody, but at any level of education, you are guaranteed employment, you are guaranteed a stable way of life.
Mazipat, can you take it away from the outside of government? Because we have already known how corrupt Nigerian government is. We are not discussing their problem. But what idea can you give to someone to walk out of poverty without compromising, and without selling out his conscience or the collective effort of his community, of his people? How could people walk out of poverty as it stand now, what idea can you give to people that they can walk out of poverty without joining corruption or without being part of embezzlement of money, public money, and all that? So what do you have? Because to me here, I have an idea of what it takes to walk out of poverty. So, but what is your own idea? Because we can tell people numerous things. Because in the creation of God, we are created to create. And there's so many people today who are counted as the richest people in the world are actually people who looked at a problem and provide solutions and create a solution. And by creating a solution to a problem, they were meant to they are meant to be billionaire. They are meant to walk out of poverty without having, for the sake of love of money, sell the collective effort of their people, sell their village, or even use their mother or father for ritual. But by engaging their thinking and engaging their brain and seeking for solution to a problem on the ground, they walk out of poverty. And there's so many people who are in a poverty today created by Nigerian system. They don't know how to walk out of this very poverty. They all believe that the only way to go about it is to be corrupt themselves. So what idea do you have to? Because people are not providing solution. Why there is so many local problems around them, local problems that they could even just engage their brain, engage their mind, and they provide solution to those problems. But people are not doing it. Rather, they are ready to get corrupt. They are ready to go through the corrupt way and all that and that. And so many ideas like that, we can share it in this very platform on how people can engage their mind and create a solution to a problem and walk out of poverty. So, Mazipat, what idea do you have to share with people here? How they can become in Nigeria, how they can walk out of poverty without being corrupt?
Yeah, Mazi, poverty is what you call it. Poverty is what you call it. Because in the first place, what is poverty? Poverty, for me, is just a situation of lack where you don't have enough to survive as a person. But I
Okay, but
believe that.
do you look at the other side that poverty is a state of mind? In the present world we
Yeah,
are living now, poverty is a
yeah,
state of mind.
yes,
Yes,
poverty is
Mazipat.
also a state of, poverty is also a state of mind, because there are still some of your big politicians, some of your rich people around you. Despite all the wealth they have amassed, still feel empty. They still feel, that sense of poverty. So it's just also part of the problem of poverty. But for me, I believe that there is, we have, always local solutions to our problems, because every problem is local. Every problem is local, and you can always them. You can always approach problems locally to solve them. Solving problems to also create an environment for sustainable development and living. The question is, what solution are to problems? That is another way. The best way to walk out of poverty, identify problems and solutions that issue of the issue who is living in an environment to have a problem of electricity. What solution are solve
Mazipat, your voice is
this problem?
breaking. It seems like
I don't know if I'm
like
making some
the network. Your voice is
what
breaking. It seems
solution
like the net.
are you offering to see that solve the problem of electricity in community? I mean, this
Okay. Okay, sorry, Mazipat is having network problem, but let me assure you, I will shock, I will shock, I will shocklize your mind in this very program. Mazipat, you are having um, network problem. I will shocklize you in this very program because I'm going to, in this very program, I'm going to show you how to solve a problem. Very easy. How to solve a problem. Mazipat, I have been in a part where I have no money. I am stranded. Okay, let me take one after the other. I'll tell you too many times. I have run into trouble too many times where I lacked anything. I lack. There is no money. There is no money to solve any problem, to set up any business. I have run into that very program. But you also remember the analysis that was given about an Igbo man. We lack everything, but but we don't lack brain, you know. So after the war, everything was taken from us, and we don't have money, we don't have business anymore, but we are still left with brain. You know, with brain we are able to create our world. With brain we are able to create possibilities where is impossible, because this is the problem that even the Nigerian church have. They make people to stop using their brain. They are relying on a fake hope and a fake promises. They stop using their brain. That somebody says some people, they come to church without their brains. So but the brain is where the solution for every problem lies. Once you engage your brain, you get solution. Okay, let me tell you this story of mine. Now, I there was a time in my life I don't have a business, and I don't even know how to how to raise money to create a business. So I was staying with my uncle, you know, and actually, you know what it takes to depend on people for the water you drink, for the food you drink. One day, I decide to visit my parents who moved recently to a farm settlement. So when I get to that place, they are farming rice. There is farmers for rice there. And now, when I visited my parents in that very place, I was in a position to help them transport their rice to a rice mill. And when we get there, we I saw people in queue. Everybody, even people sleep in the rice mill in order to get in order to get to mill their rice, in order to get a closer number that we help them to mill their rice. So when I saw this at that very moment, I activate my brain immediately. How do I solve that problem? People has to sleep in the rice mill under mosquito bites, and there's so many struggle. I begin to think, how can I solve this problem? Because thinking solution to that very problem at that very moment put me in in advantage of overcoming the poverty that I'm going through at that very moment. So what did I do? I don't have money. I cannot purchase anything, and I cannot even be able to afford that kind of rice meal. But what did I do? I engage my brain. I engage my brain. So what I do is that that day I took the samples of those rice, which are very good rice indeed, local made, but it has a very good taste and very good aroma. So I took the samples and said, okay, I don't have money, but in getting myself liberated from the poverty at that very moment, and don't even have money to buy the rice. So I took the samples, a lot of samples from people. I came back to Onisha, where I was with my uncle then I begin to go house to house, visit people, show them the sample of the rice and how good it is and stone free. So I even go to the market and tell people, because I believe that there is people who were not aware of what's happening in that side of the world. So I begin to engage people with an idea. And that is where I come. This person will say, hey, get me this, get me that. And I don't have money. So what do I do? What do I do? I go back again. When I went back, I now pleaded with my father that I need one bag of his own product since he can stand for me as a father. So I need one bag or this and that. I go back with that one bag that he gave to me. Then I was able to sell it for the people, and I make almost 75% profit. So after the people now saw the things, and I keep going. I went and give my father the money back. I use the profit to add another one, supply to people. That is how the mind start coming to me, by the reason of just thinking a simple idea in your head. Then the supply, the demand start coming to me. Everybody start demanding, hey, get me that rice, get me 2 bag, get me 3 bag, get me 4 bag, get me 5 bag. This is how the business start on my side, and I was able to walk out of the poverty. And now thinking about the rice mill, which is just an idea in my brain on how I can resolve the problem of people staying overnight and being in a queue to solve that their very problem of milling the rice. So now I started with nothing except the idea. I start with an idea, and eventually that idea now put me in advantage, and I walk out of that poverty, and I begin to make money. That under the space of 6 months, I was able to make a money that helped me to buy the same rice mill and install it there, and it become a big factory just by idea. you know so people will face problem, and yet they are not thinking solution, and they are not scavenging for solutions, or are not engaging their brain into thinking out an idea. It might just be a simple idea from you, but coming to discuss it, taking advantage of the media to come here, discuss your idea. And that is why this program must run, and we will continue in this very program, because somebody is here. You might not even know that your idea is waiting for a sponsor. Come with idea. What are those problems you see in that environment that needed to be solved individually? Then come with that idea. Somebody might just be there who are waiting for such an idea, and will sponsor it, and it is over for you for poverty, without being corrupt, without killing person. I did not wait to make money fraudulently before I can be able to walk out of poverty, and before I can be able to support my idea. But what I did is just simple activate my brain, and they get solution there. And once you get solution, you begin to work towards it. Somebody may be somewhere to sponsor that very idea. But the fact is that your brain is empty now. So what are we going to do in such a situation? So what you will do in a situation where you will notice that your brain is empty is to start thinking. You are in this struggle and you think that someone else is fighting it for you. What are you thinking in your brain? What idea are you concurring to contribute to the struggle? Then you need to come forward with it. It might be a very great benefit to someone else who is going to listen to you, and that is why this social media is made. So another time again is that I hired a tractor and I took it to Taraba State. When I get to Taraba State, unfortunate, the the tractor, the government tractor, break down in Taraba State. We park it in the police station. We have no money to repair that tractor. And when you report to government, they will say repair and bring the bill. They never supported you in anything. Then what did I do? I have about 3 people who are working under me, who I took to that very journey. So what do I do at that very time when the tractor break down and I was not able to raise money or even have money to repair the tractor at that very time, to consider to the problem of that tractor, because most of the parts has to be imported. So what did I do at that very moment? Mazi, I tell you, I begin to think. I sleep in the night. I have to pay 3 people who are working for me, and I have to cater for them. So what did I do? I begin to think what I should do in a Taraba. I was not even thinking of going back to my station. I was thinking, what will I do in Taraba to arrest that situation? And what did I think of that very night is that in Taraba State there, I when I was walking around, I see how people used to queue to barb their hair. And these people, they are not looking for a fantastic style. They just want to come from the bush. They
Normal,
want you just to
normal
cut their
haircut.
hair, normal haircut. They just want you to cut their hair and then wash it. That's all. That's what they need. They are not looking for any special things. So what I do, I just talk to myself. This is a fantastic idea. What I need to do now, apart from people hiring the tractor from me, I can become a barber instantly, and that is how I turn to a barber. I just went to a salon. I see one Igbo guy say, "Yeah, can you show me how to use the clipper?" He said, "Yeah, it can help me because a lot of people are queuing there too." I said, "This is how to use clipper." I said, "Can I help you with your customers?" He said, "Yes." I become a barber. And do you know, by just becoming a barber in Taraba State, it become another avenue of making money because they don't need too much style. They don't need you to know to be a professional. All they need is just to cut down their hair. They come from farm, and it's become a lucrative
The more
business.
style,
That
the more style you even put on their head, the more trouble you get them into because of their religious belief.
Yes, that's exactly. So I turned into a barber. Instead of roaming around looking where to loot, looking where to steal, I make use of my brain, generate an idea, and engage myself, problem solve. I walk out of poverty. I was able to become a barber, have a very standard saloon there. Every time money full our pocket. Money is not our problem anymore, so they can eat, they can do you know we stayed almost a year and the 8 months in Taraba. That tractor never get repaired, and all my workers are being paid. I was able to send them home, and I continue with my business and the business of barbing. I was able to make a lot of money out of it. Though in a state of being stranded, I was able to engage my brain and I work things out. Do you know, you now that are watching this very program, when looked at your brain, you discover your brain is empty. That is just where the problem
No,
lies.
Mazi,
The
you
problem
not
is
Mazi. Most of the time, let me tell you, most of the time, the problem we have as a people is that we are not humble enough to identify potential opportunities that come in disguise. We are not humble enough. Most of the reason why you see people not being able to come out of poverty is because they cannot bend themselves to do those menial jobs that can take them from that point to the next level. And these are the things we must teach our people. That is where you find yourself, even if it has to requires you molding block. I was a block molder back in the days. I have traded the north as well, going to buy beans from Gombe, from Port Harcourt to Gombe, trading on beans. And from there, I went into renting of Nitel card. From renting of Nitel card, I was able to generate capital. So but the problem is that even while I was doing all those menial jobs, a lot of people were looking at me as a riffraff, as a tout. Even where I was making a lot of money renting Nitel card, people used to come there and say those touts be a renting card, but they don't know the amount of money we were making in that particular spot. But the question is, are you ready to humble yourself to pick up anything at all that is available to be able to survive that moment? These are
okay.
some of the issues that people are
Yeah,
facing.
and the Mazi part, there is something else I'm going to bring up to you to understand, because I have said, you see, last time when we are making program, when I have an emotional outburst, because I have been through to struggle, and through all my struggle, then I've seen the value of our thinking abilities, the value in our brain. I have always
Yes,
take advantage of the value, because these are natural gifts. These are these are the kind of force that God embedded in you, that can conquer a situations, that can change circumstances. Your brain, your brain is very, very important to engage it when you are passing through things. So I have been in a situation several times where individually I create wealth for myself, and still there is people who are hanging around that very environment claiming they don't have job, they don't have money. But do you know the wonders even in Taraba? As of that very time. So do you know that there is so many people who have spent years there that I finally become their boss, that I finally become their the place where they come to ask money to eat, and I give them money to eat. And this is somebody who walked into the city stranded, being stranded. Then the ability to engage our brain was able to put me in advantage at that very time. And the same thing happened even in South Africa, where I lost everything. I lost everything, and I'm the one at that very
That
moment.
is dangerous too.
I
And that is
think
why that is
uh,
what
the,
you see. Mas, that is why you see
Mas,
today that somebody will come all the way from China, take advantage take advantage of your cassava farm, go into cassava farm processing in your own village, but you were born in that village, you grew up in that village, and you never even saw potential in those trades. And you will be there, and somebody will fly all the way kilometers away from China, employ you in your village with the resources at you see every day, and you walk past them, and you become their servant because
so
you have refused to engage with your
yes,
immediate
Mazipat,
environment.
Mazipat. One more idea that I want to share to people here is that you are the reason why you don't have job and you cannot create anything to help yourself out in that very situation. You wait for corruption and the embezzlement is just because you are not thinking with your brain. You are not making use of your brain. I was in the same situation in South Africa where I don't have 1 rand in my pocket. 1 rand in my pocket. Do you know what I do? I begin to think, what will I do? There's millions of people or thousands of people who are Nigerian hanging on the street, homeless in South Africa, and not being able to walk themselves out of poverty in South Africa. But do you know what I did? Mazipat, I start a business with my passport. My passport. By depositing my passport, what did I do? I used the formula of demand and supply. The formula of demand and supply. So first of all, I located a business, and I walk around, and I look for the demand for that very business, and I don't have money. So because I don't have money, I discuss with the person who is demanding the business, and I go to the person who has the business, and I deposited my passport. I said, "This is my passport. Hold it. Give me part of the business, and then and then I will turn back." I started with my business with my passport. And then I took the business and I went and I supply it. The person paid me money. I come back and I pay the owner the money. And I take my passport. I went out again. I look for demand, and then I go to where I can get the material again. I discuss again, deposit my passport, pay some money, take the business. That is how I become a distributor. This is how, Mazipat, I get established in South Africa. Just using thinking about demand and supply. You see that why you lasted long in that problem is because you are not thinking. Why you think you are jobless, you can't help yourself, is just because you are not engaging your brain. That even there is a lot of opportunity that indigenous people have in this struggle of Biafra, but they are not making use of the opportunity. They are not making use of the opportunity. Let's assume, for instance, so many people, so many of our people are scavenging for news here and there. But you discover that people who are not into the Biafran struggle, who are not even telling the truth about us, they are taking advantage of that our desire to hear the news to enrich themselves. But we ourselves, we any platform that any people start, we go there as a supporter. and they will push them out of the poverty, and we ourselves are still struggling with our own poverties. So we must start thinking with our brain. You must create something. It's very, very important that if you create something, you use it to solve a problem, then it takes you out of poverty and that. So these are just few things that I can say of myself. I have so many experiences of people who's with a common idea has liberated themselves from poverty. So you don't need to be corrupt. So if we are talking about now people who are seeing opportunity in Nigerian politics because they want to be corrupt, because they want to embezzle money, how do we include their interest in our struggle for restoration of Biafra? How do we ensure them? How will they come to believe that their interest is secured? There is so many people also right now in Biafran land. Why they are not joining in the struggle is just because they did not see anybody who can engage them with their own interests. And how do we find out people interest? All you will get in this very program, as you keep on following us, we will be bringing it up. How do you tap into people's interests? Like where I am, I have a lot to tell you. I have been in that very corner, in tapping into people's interests, getting them closer, then liberating myself and liberating others. It has always been my mission that you can get people's interest, involve their interest, give an idea on how to solve their problems, and your own problem will also be solved. That is why we are human. We are not here to grab all the money, to have love for money, to kill for money. We are not here to become a fraudster for money. So we are not here to undo, to commit crime to make money. No, we are here to provide solution, to provide solution, and then money will follow us. That's why the Bible said that you should seek the kingdom of God, and every other thing should be added to you. So the reason why there is crisis in our lives and there is crisis in what we are doing today is just because the gift that God gave us in creation, we are not engaging it into solving a problems. So, and that apply to everything that we do, and that is why we have to be talking in this very platform. Bring forth your idea, bring forth your experience. You are going to liberate someone with it. What do you think that is supposed to be implemented in this very struggle for restoration of Biafra that is you are not seeing it happening? So please, this platform is meant for you. Get yourself ready. Make sure you are prepared before you came in here. Come and share your experience with us. Come and share your experience with us. Through your experience, someone else might learn something. Someone else's brain might be activated. Mazipat, I thank you so much for joining me into this very program.
Thank you.
And I also
Thank
wish
you.
that you will often join and always look for something to offer here in this very platform. What an idea you are coming with, that you are sure that with this idea somebody is getting liberated, that with this idea somebody is moving forward, and Biafran referendum and Biafran freedom is being granted. Very, very important. This is black and white formula. Join us next time when we'll be coming up in
Thank
this
you,
very
Mazi
program.
Solomon. Thank you
Yes,
for
we will
hosting me
always
today. Thank you.
send an alert. So please join us. Thank you so much. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, people who have joined us. Your contribution is needed, and also you need to share this very program to all platforms. Tell people that is happening here in black and white, in a program called Black and White Formula. The hashtag is way forward, and the hashtag Biafran freedom. So please, we need your voice. You need you to learn our voice, to lend your voice to us. We need you to bring an idea. We need you to come here and share something that will move somebody forward, or we move the struggle forward. Until next time, when I will be coming into this very program, my name is Solomon Peter. Good night from my end.